You're watching the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. Under overcast skies, the big country of Abilene, Texas. Western Athletic Conference portion of the schedule gets underway. Tonight it's game one of a three-game series. The Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks in Abilene to take on the Abilene Christian University Wildcats. As we welcome you in Crutcher Scott Field again in Abilene, Texas. Game number one of a 30-game slate in the Western Athletic Conference. Both teams going to try to get off on a good start tonight. SFA comes in an overall record of 6-7. ACU an overall record of 10-3. Andy Penny alongside Hutton Harris again for game number one of Western Athletic Conference play. And Hutton, this is a springboard for both of these teams. Both want to get on the top side, build a little momentum with 30 games over the course of the next 3 months.
Yeah, it's going to be a great matchup this weekend. And again, as you say, overcast skies, beautiful night here at ACU. I'm really excited to see this ACU team coming off of 3 out of 4 against Houston Christian. Again, Tyler Morgan, Grayson Tatro. I mean, again, these guys played fantastic last weekend. Again, WAC Player of the Week. Very excited about this series for both sides.
It's a team, ACU, who has not swept a weekend series, but they've won 3 weekend series in their non-conference portion of the schedule. 3 out of 4 versus Nevada, 3 out of 4 versus Southeast Missouri, also 3 out of 4 versus Houston Christian. They'd love to get 3 this weekend, but SFA, a noble opponent at 6-7 overall on the year. They have won 3 of their last 4, including 2 on the road at Oral Roberts last weekend, and then a midweek game versus Prairie View A&M earlier in the midweek of this week. As you mentioned, Hutton, it's Tyler Morgan on the mound, the junior right-hander for ACU. He's been nothing but impressive thus far, so he'll make his 4th start tonight. 1-0 the overall record, already a complete game under his belt this year. 18 innings of work, 24 strikeouts, just 6 walks, an ERA of 2.5, and an opponent batting average of 131. Head coach Rick McCarty will let Tyler Morgan set the table for the weekend.
He will, and really there's probably no one better to start the weekend. We called his game last week against Houston Christian. He started a little slow, but he came out, and what good pitchers do, they settle down. And he recorded, I think, 10 strikeouts in that outing last Friday night against Houston Christian, which ended up being a 13-3 win.
Yeah, 10 strikeouts, 4 walks on the night, 5 innings of work. His pitch count got high, so Coach McCarty pulled him after the 5 innings. Did not get the decision, but set the table for a 3 out of 4 weekend last week versus Houston Christian. For the Lumberjacks tonight, the senior 6'2 right-hander Joe Richter out of Lincoln, Nebraska will get the start. It's his 4th start as well on the year. No record yet for Joe this year. He has pitched 12 1/3 innings of work, 5.84 the ERA, 11 strikeouts, 9 walks, and an opponent batting average of 327. The Lumberjacks will obviously bat first as the visiting team here. They'll face Tyler Morgan. Let's set that SFA lineup for you tonight. Under head coach Johnny Cardenas in his 15th season, 238 wins, 418 losses. Coach Cardenas will send up this lineup leading off tonight. The center fielder, number 4, Alex Rogers. Clayton Larange will bat second. He wears number 6. He's in left field tonight. Peyton Parker will bat third, number 18. He's at third base tonight for the Lumberjacks. In the cleanup spot, the second baseman, number 2, Tom Biggs. Batting 5th tonight, Cal Martin, the first baseman. He wears number 8. And behind him in the lineup, the designated hitter, bats 6th, number 23, Barrett Rose. Bottom 3 of the lineup is Cole Hill and right, wears number 24. Sam Adams, the catcher, wears number 29. He'll bat 8th. And rounding out the lineup tonight, Nolan Brown, the shortstop, who wears number 5. Rogers, Larange, Parker, Biggs, Martin, Rose, Hill, Adams, and Brown for the Lumberjacks. Beautiful night for baseball here in Abilene, Texas. Going to be a fun night tonight, a fun weekend all weekend long.
Absolutely ready to go here from Crutcher Scott. Here we go.
As, again, Tyler Morgan, the junior, he's into the line. The 6-foot right-hander in his first offering here to Alex Rogers is a strike. And it's 0-1. Rogers on the year, 333 the average. He started all now 14 games for the Lumberjacks. 19 hits and 57 at-bats. He's a team leader with 5 home runs, 15 RBIs through their first 13 games. Morgan will give him an off-speed pitch, which catches the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2. Again, Morgan on the year, 3 starts, 6 innings of work versus Nevada, a complete game versus Southeast Missouri, no runs, 1 hit against SEMO. And then last week against Houston Christian. Here's a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. 3 pitches. And Morgan has his first strikeout of the night as Rogers is strikeout victim number 1.
It's exactly what happened on last Friday night. Again, Morgan comes out strong, 3 pitches. See you later.
That'll bring up Clayton Larange, the left fielder, bat from the left side, the 5'10 senior. He's been around for a while. We've seen Larange in the lineup over the course of the last few years. And makes another trip here to Abilene. Here's Morgan's first pitch. Curveball off speed. Swung on and missed. Quickly 0-1. Morgan's had plenty of success in his first 2 years in a Wildcat uniform versus SFA. This is 4th start against the Lumberjacks. He's 3-0 over the course of the last 2 years. This one skips in, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and again, last week he got in trouble. Again, got down 2-0 early. And so what I'm looking for here tonight is just that he gets ahead of the hitters.
Larange, again, the first lefty. This righty-lefty matchup. Morgan's got the one he likes. And here's the 1-1. Another off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. Pulled the string. And quickly works ahead in the count. Visit with ACU head coach Rick McCarty prior to the game. He said command is obviously the key here for Tyler. This is an SFA lineup that is very aggressive. They will swing the bats. So if Tyler can command his pitches, command the strike zone, it'll be a successful night. Here's a 1-2 fouled off. We'll do it again. Again for Tyler, 3-0 in his career versus SFA. His freshman year, 2021, he went 5 innings of work, had 7 strikeouts. 2 wins last year, 1 on the road, 1 here at home. Had a 12 strikeout performance versus the Lumberjacks last April. There's the 1-2 again to Larange. That's high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
What a luxury for Coach Rick McCarty, too, to have someone like this at the top of the rotation as well. Gets ahead early, often, sits hitters down quickly. That's what you want.
So Larange back in, the 388 hitter here for the Lumberjacks. Here's the 2-2. That's down and in. Yeah, full count for the first time. Larange 388 the average. That's 19 hits and 49 at bats. Leads the team, tied for the lead with a triple, 1 triple on the year. Here's the payoff pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Tyler Morgan in the first. Good start here for the Wildcats.
Again, exactly what we saw last week. Right down the inside of the plate there. Couldn't catch up to it.
All 3 swings and misses there by Larange were off-speed pitches. Didn't see it out of the hand well. He was anticipating fastball there on the payoff pitch, and Morgan gave him the curve. Here's Peyton Parker, the 3rd baseman. And first offering catches the outside for a strike. Set the ACU defense for you. Grayson Tatro in left field tonight. Logan Britt in center. Eric Martin the start out in right. Set the infield after the 0-1. This one fouled back to the screen quickly, 0-2. It's Maddox Meesey at 3rd base tonight. Crew Park the shortstop. Bash Randall, his 3rd start. He's back from injury. His 3rd start in the field. He's at 2nd base. Garrett Williams at 1st. And there you see the battery mate, Tanner Tweed, of the pitcher, Tyler Morgan. Morgan trying to get out of the first inning, 3 up, 3 down, and 3 strikeouts as well. It's 0-2 here to Peyton Parker. Here's the kick and the 0-2. Curveball swung on and missed for strike 3. A perfect start tonight for Tyler Morgan. 3 up, 3 down, 3 Ks to the stat sheet for Tyler. SFA goes quietly. ACU bats coming to bat here at the bottom of the first.
Lumberjacks score no runs on no hits with no man left on base.
Well, quiet top of the first. Tyler Morgan, 3 consecutive strikeouts, sets down the Lumberjacks in order in the top of the first. Here come the Wildcats for the first time here in the bottom of the frame as Garrett Williams steps in to get things started. First pitch from Joe Richter is in for a strike. Wildcat lineup tonight. Garrett Williams, your first baseman, leads off. Miller Lattisaw, the designated hitter, is 2nd. Logan Britt in center, bats 3rd. There's the 0-1, that's outside. Tanner Tweed, your catcher, bats 4th. Grayson Tatro, 5th. Maddox Meesey in the 6th spot. Eric Martin, the starting right field tonight, bats 7th. Crew Park, the shortstop, bats 8th. And Bash Randall, the 2nd baseman, bats 9th. 1-1 here to Garrett Williams. They'll stay on the outside. Joe Richter, the senior, 6'2", right-handed pitcher out of Lincoln, Nebraska, the transfer from Southeast Community College. No record on the year. This is 4th start He's the Friday guy for the Lumberjacks. 2-1 stays outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. 5.84 the ERA for Richter. 11 strikeouts, 9 walks on the early season. There's a 3-1 hit right back up the middle. It hits Richter. Goes straight down front of the mound. Plays it well, throws it over to Cal Martin. And the play is made. Boy, give Richter credit there. That ball hit hard right back up the middle.
Nice job by the pitcher again, just using his body to make sure that did not get up the middle to set the table for the Wildcats. Nice job by SFA.
So Williams down 1-3 on the putout, 1 up, 1 down here in this bottom of the first. Here comes Miller Ladisall, the designated hitter. Ladisall off to a nice start this year, 273 the average. Leads the team in doubles with 3, triples with 2, home runs with 2. Hits one, a bouncing ball right back up the middle into center field. And he's got another base hit here. Single for the Wildcats, our first base runner tonight for either team. 1 up and 1 down and 1 on now for the Wildcats too.
Maybe just a carbon copy of the last play we saw for Garrett Williams right up the middle, bouncer, kind of a church league hop. Got in center field for the Wildcats.
Well, you know you're seeing pitches well when you're hitting it right back up the middle. Thus far, Williams and Ladisall have gone right back up the box. Williams just an unfortunate ground ball right off of Richter, the pitcher. Richter will work out of the stretch for the first time. First offering here to Logan Britt. And misses for a ball, and it's 1-0. Britt, the transfer from Texas A&M, his first year in a Wildcat uniform. 420 the average. He leads the team in batting average on the early season. Take 1 here, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 420 average is good enough for 6th place thus far in the WAC. Again, league leader for the Wildcats. The throw over to first. Team leader in almost every category. 21 hits on the year, that leads the team. He's tied with Ladisall with 2 triples. He's tied with 3 other Wildcats with 2 home runs. 660 the slugging percentage as well. Curveball here from Richter's in for a strike, and it's 1-2.
It's going to be important for the Wildcats to start early and often here in this 3-game series. See if Britt can do that for ACU here.
Behind in the count here, Richter ahead 1 and 2. Look over at Ladisall, now the 1-2. Stays on the outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Rick McCarty said the same thing. He said you get to dictate so many things when you play with the lead early. The Wildcats have been successful in that majority of the season. Got a base runner here. It's Ladisall over at first after a 1-out single. 2-2 to Britt, stays downstairs. Britt, the WAC Offensive Player of the Week after the first week of the season. His first 4 games in a Wildcat uniform versus Nevada. 10 for 17 on the weekend. And he earned the WAC Hitter of the Week in that first week. Another throw over and Ladisall back in.
You can tell Richter is respecting him here. You know, really pitching away, making him hit the ball the other way here, making him chase.
Here comes the payoff pitch, fouled out of play, right side.
That's probably my car. To be unfortunate.
Already working a pitch count here in this bottom of the first. We'll do 3-2 for the second time. Richter the kick and the payoff. Stays downstairs for ball 4. It's a great plate appearance there for Britt. He'll walk down to first. Ladisall make his way to second. 2 on, 1 out.
Again, Richter staying away most of the at-bat here. Challenging first couple of pitches and just lost him. 2 on for the Wildcats here early.
And Tanner Tweed in the cleanup spot. Have a chance to do that here as he bats number 4. Tweed, the senior. 6 foot, 210 pounds. First pitch misses, and it's 1-0. We'll set the SFA defense for you. It's Clayton Larange in left, Alex Rogers, your center fielder. Cole Hill out in right. Set the infield after the 1-0. Ladisall at second, Britt out at first. There's the kick and the 1-0 pitch. It's down Broadway, 1 ball and 1 strike. Peyton Parker, your third baseman tonight. Nolan Brown at shortstop. Tom Biggs at second, Cal Martin at first. Sam Adams is the battery mate, the catcher here for Joe Richter. There's the 1-1 to Tweed. Off-speed pitch, just misses. 2 balls in, 1 strike. These two teams played 6 times a year ago. Of course, the WAC last year was a Western Division and an Eastern Division, and you played everybody twice within your division. So 2 series last year. Here's a ball lifted into right center field. Long run. Rogers giving chase as well as Hill and right. Hill will make the catch. Tagging going second to third is Ladisall. So it's a fly out to right as Hill is able to get into the gap and make the catch. Ladisall does move up 90 feet. He's now 90 feet away.
Productive out there, sorry Andy. Productive out there, not what the Wildcats wanted, but again, runners at the corners, 2 outs now for the WAC Player of the Week.
Yeah, Grayson Tatro, the second Wildcat who's already won the honor. We're just 3 weeks deep in the season and 2 of the Offensive Players of the Week have come right here to Abilene. Grayson Tatro won it this past week. 7 of 14 last weekend versus Houston Christian. 13 RBIs in that 4-game series. We'd love to pick up an early one here. Here's the first offering. Boy, a home run swing that swings through it. Good pitch there by Richter, and it's 0-1.
What I love about him is he comes to bat and he's ready to put one in the UP apartments every single time, which is deep right field here or center field.
Plays deep in the box at left foot, the back foot right on the back line. That left-hander's batter's box. Richter set, works out of the stretch, and the 0-1 on the inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Struggled early in the year, obviously, but Coach Rick McCarty sticking with his guy. He was rewarded last weekend.
1-1. Richter set. Kick and the 1-1 stays down. 2-1. Get a beautiful night here at Abilene tonight. The big country of Texas, overcast skies. We started with 66 degrees. Wind 10 to 12 miles an hour. Kind of right field pole to left field pole. A little bit of a hitter's ballpark tonight, but the wind not much of a factor. Runner on the move here on the 2-1. Here's a throw down to second. It's on the wrong side of the bag. Sliding in safely is Britt. And now 2 in scoring position. Britt at second, Ladisall now at third. Great jump here by Britt.
Yeah, smart move here by the Wildcats and Rick McCarty. You're just testing both sides here to make sure that maybe you steal a run there. Nice job there. Get 2 guys in scoring position for the WAC Player again of the Week.
It's Britt's 8th stolen base on the year. 8 steals and 9 attempts. It's a Wildcat team that only has 14 as a team. He has 8 of the 14. Here's the 2-2. Ladisall, or excuse me, Tatro will fist that one off. We'll do 2-2 again. SFA started the year against 6 and 7 overall. They started the year hosting Kansas State out of the Big 12. They were swept in 4 games. Since then, they've gone 6 and 3. Won 2 out of 3 versus Oral Roberts last weekend on the road. Here's a ball ripped into center field, but right at Rogers, who almost overran it, makes a catch over his head, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So a line out to 8. And the side is retired. ACU threatens but does no damage. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We've played 1. We're scoreless. Wildcats threaten in the bottom of the 1st, but cannot push one across. We're scoreless as we go to the top of the 2nd. 4-5-6 here for SFA. Biggs, Martin, and Rose first time through here against Tyler Morgan. First pitch to Biggs. Morgan pulls the string again, well out in front, swings through and misses, and it's strike 1. Tyler, a great top of the 1st. He strikes out the side. He does it on 13 pitches. He's right back at it. Here's a chop ball, stays fair, nice play. Williams behind the first base bag. Bang, bang play at first, but Morgan covering the bag, gets his foot down first. What a great play by Williams, deep right on the line. Fields it cleanly. Morgan beats him to the bag. 3-1 on the put out.
A little closer than ACU fans would like to see there with Tyler Morgan. Looked like he kind of stumbled at the bag there, but nice play in the infield.
Give Biggs credit for hustling down the line. Morgan just beats him by a step. There's Cal Martin, the first baseman tonight. First offering to Cal, fouls at third base side.
Batting 5th.
Martin making his 12th start of the year. 250 the average. That's 11 for 44 on the year. A home run, 7 RBIs. Here for Martin, who wears number 8. Morgan into the line, the 0-1. Curveball stays out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Martin, the 6'3 junior, Reagan High School in San Antonio, Texas. First look here at Morgan again. Here comes the 1-1. Misses on the outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, these teams played 6 times a year ago. The unbalanced WAC schedule. The Eastern Division, the Western Division. So played a home-and-home series a year ago. ACU won all 6 last year. There's a 2-1 stays upstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike. ACU won all 6 a year ago. Scored double-digit runs in all 6 of those games as well. Back to the balanced schedule this year here in the WAC. There's a 3-1. That's roped into left field and will fall in fair territory. Chance for extra bases for Martin. He will round first, make his way to second. Tatro's throw coming in is late. And it's a 1-out double for Cal Martin, the first hit tonight for the Lumberjacks. Martin out in front of a 3-1 pitch.
Well, he jumped on it here again and just punched it into left field. Pretty easy double. Nothing to worry about there if you're the Lumberjacks, and setting the table for middle of their lineup.
Yeah, off-speed pitch that stayed letter high. And Morgan able to turn on it and rip it down the left field line. Runner in scoring position, first hit of the night for the Lumberjacks. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the designated hitter tonight, Barrett Rose. Rose's 8th start on the year. Just 154 the average, 4 of 26 through the first 13 games. First pitch, a fastball on the inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, this year in the WAC, it's a balanced schedule. No more divisions, East and West. But with 13 teams in the conference, just 10 series. So there's 2 teams that every WAC team will not face. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1. So last year the Wildcats did not see the likes of Cal Baptist or Grand Canyon within the course of the conference season. This year they will. Rick McCarty, a huge fan of that. Likes the balanced schedule as opposed to the divisions. There's a 1-1, ground ball, foul, first base side.
It feels like it would help them come tournament time as well. Yep. You see everybody, you kind of know what you're up against.
We just said you know, I guess you see it at the majors, but on the college level, it just gets, you know, kind of wearing playing the same teams over and over and over. The likes of SFA, Tarleton, Sam Houston, part of that last year. There's a ball ripped into center field. That will fall, a base hit. Martin had to wait to see if it got through, and it did. He will advance to third. Rose now at first. Good piece of hitting there by Rose. He just drove that one right back up the middle.
Right up the middle, no chance to score there. Again, a nice job by the Wildcats to get the ball in quick, but the Lumberjacks have something cooking here early.
Middle of the lineup, 2 for 3 here. 1 out in the inning, runners on the corner. And Cole Hill, first RBI opportunity with the runner on third. Hill, the 6'2 junior, transferred from Cisco College. He's familiar with the big country, just to the east of Abilene, where he played his junior college ball. Makes his 10th start of the year, 243 the average. 9 hits and 37 at bats. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Morgan works out of the stretch, runners on the corners. And first offering here high and tight for a ball.
This is reminiscent, again, of the Houston Christian game last week where Morgan started off fast but got in a little trouble early. So we'll see if he can get out of this with runners on the corners.
Middle infield plays at double play depth. He'd love a ground ball here. Double play ground ball. There's a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. This is an ACU defense off to a great start this year. .991 the fielding percentage. Just 4 errors made through the first 13 games. That's pretty salty defense for the Wildcats. They have turned 11 double plays through 13 games as well. 1-1 here to Hill. There's the kick in the 1-1. Swung on and missed. But the curveball looks good tonight for Tyler. Cole well out in front of that one. And it's 1-2. It's righty matchup. Hill will have to protect here down 1-2. Here's the Morgan kick, the 1-2. Curveball in for strike 3. fourth strikeout of the night for Morgan. I think Hill was looking for something else, and boy, just a beautiful curveball right in the heart of the plate.
Snap right down the middle. Huge play there for both teams, but momentum swing possibly for Tyler Morgan and the Wildcats.
Yeah, big second out for the ACU defense, and Morgan on the mound. Sam Adams will now come up, the catcher for SFA, try to do a job. First pitch to Adams. Stays low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Adams on the year making his 7th start. 278 the average, 5 of 18 on the early season. Has a home run, 3 RBIs. It's a Lumberjack team that's hit 13 long balls already this year. Morgan puts one in the zone there, 1 ball and 1 strike. Martin's at third, a 1-out double. Rose is at first, a 1-out single right behind him. Martin able to move second to third. 2 outs now in the inning, 1-1 here to Adams. Here's the Morgan kick and the 1-1. Curveball in for strike 2. ACU threatened in the bottom of the first, SFA threatening here in the top of the second. Can Morgan get out of it? Here's the 1-2. Fastball fouled right back to the screen. Boy, Adams was on it, just fouled it straight back.
Boy, we could read the lettering on the ball there. That was right back at us.
Yeah, coming right back at the press box, our vantage point here at Crutcher Scott Field tonight. Left side of the infield plays very deep. Give themselves some reaction time on a hard ground ball. Here's a 1-2, curveball, swung on and missed. Adams, ACU stranded 2 in the first. SFA strands 2 in the second. Here come the Wildcats, bottom of the second. Maddox Meesey, first pitch swinging, lifts one down the right field line. It will tail foul and out of play. And we'll do 0-1. Good start tonight for Joe Richter on the mound. 23 pitches in that first inning of play. Did give up a hit and a walk, but again, unable to get out unscathed. He starts here with Maddox Meesey. Meesey 306 the average on the year. He started all 14 games for Coach Rick McCarty. 11 hits and 36 at-bats, 2 doubles, a triple, a home run, 9 RBIs. Down in the count here, 0-2. Here's a curveball, put into play, ground ball to Nolan Brown at shortstop. Throw over to Martin is in time. 6-3 on the putout, 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the second.
Swinging early and often here again. Wildcats leadoff hitter retired quick.
Quickly 1 down here in this bottom of the second. We're moving fast tonight. Here's Eric Martin, the right fielder. Is that a knock on wood? Is that what that was?
It was. I hope everybody heard that. See you in 6 hours.
Here's Martin making his 4th start of the year. 333 the young average, 4 of 12 on the young season. First pitch from Richter is a strike. And Martin the start in right field. A little bit of adjustment now that Bash Randall is back in the defensive lineup at second base. Coach McCarty moving a few of the defensive pieces, and it opens up Martin to get back into the lineup as the right fielder. There's an off-speed pitch fouled out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Eric Martin, 6'4" junior out of Ontario, Canada, St. Mary's High School, played at Olney College before landing here in Abilene, Texas. There's a pitch down low from Richter. 2 balls and 1 strike. Game 2 of the series tomorrow, a 3:05 first pitch. Sunday's a 1:05 matinee to wrap up the series. 2-1 fouled out of play, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both teams trying to get on top. This is the first of a 30-game WAC schedule for each of these 2 teams. Here's the 2-2 to Martin. Fastball fouled out again, third base side. That's a lengthy schedule for these teams. Again, 30 games, 10 3-game series throughout. They'll play 10 of the 12 WAC opponents. 2 teams they will miss in the schedule. There's an off-speed pitch, fisted opposite way. Third baseman Parker has it cleanly. Throw over in time to Martin. 5-3 on the putout, 2 up, 2 down, and Richter into a groove. He's retired 4 in a row dating back to the first.
Yeah, both pitchers here working quickly. Again, Martin fisted it to the third baseman, and That'll be 2 outs.
Base is empty with 2 outs. There's Crew Park, the shortstop. The junior infielder out of Mesa, Arizona. Chandler Gilbert Community College. First pitch skips in on the outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Park has started all 14 games. 275 the average. It's 11 hits and 40 at bats. 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. 4 RBIs. Curveball in on the inside portion of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Crowd starting to file in. Good little crowd here on a Friday night. The 1-1 high and tight. 2 balls and 1 strike. Abilene Christian let out school today for spring break. We'll get the week off next week, but it's still a good crowd here. Abilene community and some students, Wildcat faithful, have made their way here. 2-1, that misses as well to Park. 3 balls and 1 strike. Bash Randall, the second baseman, waits on deck if the inning continues. Bottom of the second, we're scoreless with 2 outs. So there's the 3-1, that's outside for ball 4.
Yeah, as I said, both pitchers working really quick here in the first couple innings, but to their advantage, honestly. But now it just feels like he lost him there. Worked away and just didn't get him to bite.
Second walk tonight for Richter. 1 on with 2 outs. Bash Randall in the 9 spot, his first at bat tonight. Bash feels like he's been around forever, just the junior infielder.
Man,
out of
yeah.
Rockwall High School. When you've been around forever and you're just a junior, that means you've made an impact in the time you've been here. That's Bash Randall. There's first pitch on the inside. It hits him. Hits him on the front elbow. Bash will take one for the team. He'll walk down to first. Park will make his way to second. And something brewing here for the Wildcats in the latter part of this bottom of the second inning.
What a luxury for Coach Rick McCarty to have someone like Bash Randall at the bottom of the order. Again, that shows how deep the Wildcats have it here.
Well, 2 on, 2 out. Back to the top of the lineup, Garrett Williams. Williams tonight 0 for 1. Hit a hard ground ball right back up the middle that Richter knocked down. His front side hip, picked it up and threw over to first for the out. First pitch here to Williams. Fastball on the inside. And it's 1-0. We talk about the WAC schedule. The Wildcats were picked to finish 4th in the WAC. Lumberjacks down at the bottom. So there's a 1-0. That's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Grand Canyon picked to win the conference. Sam Houston State right behind them. Cal Baptist in the 3rd spot before ACU was tabbed as the 4th place team preseason WAC standings. There's the 2-0 to Williams. Fastball take all the way. 2 balls and 1 strike. Williams 375 the average, 18 hits in 48 at bats. Maybe the highlight of his young season. He scored the game-winning run versus Oklahoma. Globe Life Field in Arlington just a few weeks back. There's a ball upstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, what a moment that was. Pretty awesome. You were on the call.
I was there. It was a thing of beauty. The only road trip, the lone road trip for ACU thus far this season. 15 of their first 16 here at Crutcher Scott. There's the 3-1. That's outside for ball 4. 3 consecutive free passes here. Park walked. He's now at 3rd. Randall hit by a pitch. Now at 2nd. Williams walks. He's at first. Bases loaded with 2 outs. There's Miller Ladisall.
Yeah, nothing frustrates a manager more than walks, I feel like. You know, it just free passes left and right. Again, Richter was smooth for the first inning and a third, really inning and 2/3. And all of a sudden, the wheels have started to wobble a little bit here in the second inning.
Well, 3 walks and a hit by pitch in an inning and 2/3. Can he get out of the inning unscathed? We shall see. But on top of that, the pitch count will elevate in a hurry with free passes. Bases are loaded, all courtesy of free passes. And Ladisall steps in. First pitch on the inside low. It's 1-0. Miller singled his first time up. He was stranded at 3rd back in the first inning. Everything done with 2 outs here in the second. Richter works out of the wind with the bases loaded. And the 1-0 fastball on the outside. Catches the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. This really, I know it's only the second inning. This is a critical at bat here for the Wildcats. Here's one, skips in. Nice play by Adams behind the plate. Already stranded 2 in the first. Boy, it would be a little demoralizing for the Wildcats to strand 3 more. It'd be a boost of confidence for Richter and the Lumberjacks if they can get out of this thing. So here's the 2-1 off-speed pitch, lifted, foul out of play, third base side.
Already 43 pitches for Richter. Again, see how this plays out here, but that's quite a few for 2 innings here and giving up no runs.
2-2 the count here to Ladisaw. Curveball in, backdoor curve for strike 3. Good looking pitch for Richter, and he's able to get out of the inning with no damage done. No hits, no runs, no errors, but 3 left on. Top of the third, we're scoreless. Hutton, I think the key number thus far has been 5. Tyler Morgan, 5 strikeouts, but Joe Richter has stranded 5 Wildcats on the bases through 2 innings, and because of that, 0-0 on the scoreboard.
Million ways to skin a cat, you know. I mean, again, ACU really has threatened both innings, and Richter just figured out a way to get out. And, again, Tyler Morgan, kind of the opposite. He's kind of dominated, and SFA has really had a couple guys on, but really no shot to score.
Well, Tyler, 5 strikeouts. Just 33 pitches through 2 innings, and that includes 5 strikeouts. He'll face 9, 1, and 2 here. Nolan Brown, Alex Rogers, and Clayton Larange. No runs, 2 hits thus far for SFA. No runs, 1 hit for the Wildcats. 4 free passes, 3 walks, and a hit by pitch by Richter, but again, he's stranded 5 through 2 innings. As Brown swings through a 1-0 and misses 1 ball and 1 strike. Brown again the shortstop tonight. Here comes the 1-1, another off-speed pitch, and it's 1-2. Brown 233 the average, 7 hits and 30 at-bats, making his 9th start of the year. Boy, Morgan's off-speed stuff is on point tonight. Really locating well. Ahead in the count again, 1-2. Another curveball swung on and missed. Strikeout number 6, first time through the lineup for Tyler Morgan. 1 up, 1 down here in the third.
Absolute domination. No way in the world these hitters are seeing this ball. I mean, they just have no idea what's coming, and even if they do, they can't either catch up to it or time it correctly.
Rick McCarty again told me prior to the game, it's all about Tyler's location. This is an aggressive Lumberjack batting lineup, and they have been swinging, and they've been swinging through a lot of off-speed tonight. Top of the lineup, Alex Rogers. First pitch misses outside, 4 ball, and it's 1-0. Rogers a strikeout victim his first time through. Well, it's the middle of the lineup for SFA that had the success. 2 hits and those 3 at-bats. The top 3 struck out, the bottom 3 struck out. Here's a ball lifted, foul, out of play. We'll do 1-1 again. So we play pretty much under the lights now. Still overcast skies and the sun obviously setting, but the domination of the artificial lights has taken over from the natural lights. So there's a ball upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. ACU's been the home warriors thus far. Again, this is already their 13th home game. SFA's been on the road. They've been the road warriors. Here's a ball ripped third base side. Great play, Misi just inside the bag. Throw across the diamond to Williams is in time. Boy, Maddox had it played perfectly just inside the third base line. Throws over in time. 5-3 on the put out. 2 up, 2 down.
Beautiful play by the freshman at third base, the hot corner. Absolutely showed why he's one of the Wildcats' bright stars.
Misi had it played perfectly. He was maybe 3 feet off of the third baseline, playing deep as well as we play on the artificial surface. Rogers ripped it, hit it hard, but right at Misi, who was waiting for it. Plenty of time to throw across. There's Clayton Larange, first pitch on the inside. 1 ball and no strikes. I think that ball hit Tweed a little bit, and the umpire's going to allow Tanner to walk that one off back behind home plate. Again, talking about SFA, they've been on the road the majority of the year. Again, ACU 16 of their first 17 are at home. This weekend is the 9th, 10th, and 11th consecutive games on the road for SFA. Played in a tournament down in the Houston area in Sugar Land 2 weekends ago. On the road at Tulsa at Oral Roberts University last weekend. A midweek game at Prairie View A&M, and 3 here in Abilene. So here's a 1-0. That stays on the inside, and it hits the top of LaRonje's foot. LaRonje pleading his case. The umpire will buy it. It's a hit by pitch. See on the replay here. Yeah, just tabbed the top of the shoe top.
Yeah, not much to argue there. He definitely bounced off something above the ground, and so that'll be a awarded base.
Morgan asking the umpire out in the field, hey, did you get a different look at that?
Seemed pretty clear cut to us up here, but
yeah,
again.
Looked like it skipped right off the top of the shoe. First free pass tonight by Morgan. 1 on with 2 outs. Top of the third, here's Peyton Parker, strikeout victim his first time. First pitch, off-speed pitch, check swing, did he go? Doesn't matter, it's in the zone for a strike. And it's 0-1. SFA will challenge the base pass. They've 18 steal attempts on the year, just 11 of 18 though in the stolen base category. There's an 0-1 fastball right down the middle. Quickly 0-2. Top of the third with 2 outs, we're scoreless. Tyler Morgan 1 pitch away from strikeout number 7. Parker behind in the count, he'll have to protect. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the kick. The 0-2 curveball put into play and base hit into left center field. On the move, rounding second on his way to third is LaRonje. He'll put the brakes on at third. Boy, thought about it there for a second, but does put the brakes on. Good job by the Wildcat defense to get it back in the infield.
Well, you could tell Park was playing him to pull there, and there was a huge hole in the left side, and that really played a big part in no chance there for a double play at all. And so nice job of hitting on 0-2 as well.
So now runners on the corners. Second consecutive inning here for the Lumberjacks. Have runners on the corners. They did it in the second inning with 1 out. They have it now here with 2 outs. And here's Tom Biggs. Biggs grounded out to Williams at first base, his first time up. Martin at third, Rose at first, or check that, LaRonje at third, Parker at first. This one gets away underneath Tweed. He'll throw to the plate, it's late. And the run will score. Boy, is that a pass ball or a wild pitch? I think it skipped off the glove. That's going to be hard. We'll see how they call it, but it gets away from Tweed. Coming in to score is LaRonje, and the Lumberjacks play with the lead here in the top of the third.
Yeah, first big break for either team here, and that results in a run for the Lumberjacks.
We'll wait on the official scoring there. See how that one is listed. There's another ball skips in. Tweed able to stop this one.
Yeah, you could make the case either way there. It looked like it got away, but looked like a catchable ball to me.
Still waiting on the official word. We'll get it to you. 2 balls and no strikes now to Biggs. Morgan out of the stretch. A look back at second and Parker. This ball lifted, but foul. First base side, right field line. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, you can see some frustration. Morgan's trying to hide it, but you can feel a little frustration as the inning is in command. He got the first 2 outs, then a hit by pitch, a single, and a wild pitch, and SFA plays with the lead. 2-1 here to Biggs. It's the 2-1. Fastball skips in again. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, this has been the first couple of hitters here. The last few hitters here he struggled with, but he's dominated, honestly, for the last 2.5 innings, or 2 2/3. It just hasn't come together here.
I'll tell you, Hutton, this feels like the first batter here in Biggs that Morgan feels like I feel like he's overthrowing just a little bit. As we've seen some skip in, the fastball down low skipped in on the last pitch. 3-1, Biggs ahead in the count. The kick and the 3-1. That's low and on the inside for ball 4. 3 consecutive Lumberjacks have now reached the base pass. Parker at second, Biggs at first with 2 outs.
Yeah, you mentioned overthrowing. That's what happens when you're struggling, and you're not. He's not exactly struggling, but he's definitely frustrated. And so when you're frustrated, that happens. You're trying to overcompensate. Again, 6 strikeouts so far. He's dominated the hitters that he's gotten out, but the ones that are on base, again, and again, we see a mound visit here.
Yeah, first mound visit from Rick McCarty. And I think this might be more of a catch your breath and get your composure back about you. Let's delay for a second, just have a quick conversation about it.
Without question.
1-0 SFA, the lead here in the top of the third. Clayton Larange with 2 outs was hit by a pitch. He moved first to third on the Peyton Parker single. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. First pitch to Tom Biggs gets underneath Tanner Tweed back to the screen. It allowed Larange to score. Parker moved to second. Biggs has since walked. Runners at first and second with the 2 outs. SFA a 1-0 lead. Again, this the first of a 3-game set this weekend. Tomorrow, Saturday, 3:05 first pitch here at Crutcher Scott. Sunday is a 1 p.m. first pitch. Here for the 2 teams in purple. SFA Purple Lumberjacks and the ACU Purple Wildcats. Meeting of the minds is over. And again, I think that was just an opportunity for Tyler to catch his breath, regain his composure, and go back to work. Here's Cal Martin. Martin doubled in the second. And Morgan's first pitch. Fastball misses in. It's 1-0. Tyler's got the one he likes. Check the runners again, and the 1-0. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's kind of a mental part of the game, Hutton. We were talking about the first 2 innings. Richter has done a nice job of stranding all 5 ACU base runners thus far. And now a mental win here for SFA as well. Some damage done with 2 outs. There's a 1-1 fastball, misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The game within the game.
Absolutely, it's the bend but don't break. You know, you're thinking about a football defense. You know, you can't have runners on base, but pass balls, wild pitches, walks, they all kind of add up.
2-1 here to Martin. And 2-1. Fastball lifted out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Favorite chance to do your favorite superstition? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. You got a superstition of choice? 2-2 and 2?
Not really. I do like superstitious stuff in baseball, but 2-2 and 2, that's too deep for me, I would say.
See a lot of guys rub the side of the cap or shake it out in front of them. We'll see. Here's the 2-2. Fastball on the inside. Loaded up. Runners will get a chance to get going here. Full count and 2 outs. Parker at second. You see him there behind our umpire. He's there on the screen. Biggs at first. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. SFA already won in the inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Curveball, did he go? Yes, he did. Boy, Martin did not like the call. Umpire rings him up at home plate, and the side is retired. SFA strikes first, though. 2 out damage. They lead 1-0 after 2.5. The Lumberjacks strike first tonight, top of the 3rd inning, able to push a run across a little 2-out rally as Clayton Larange able to score. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors thus far for the Lumberjacks. 0-1-0 for the Wildcats. Second time through the lineup here, it's Britt, Tweed, and Tatro, 3, 4, and 5 versus Joe Richter. First pitch in to Britt is a strike. Tail of the tape thus far for Richter. 4 free passes, but all 4 have been stranded, including a single. 5 base runners stranded by Richter through the first 2 innings. Britt will ground one right to the shortstop Brown. Played it perfectly. Throw over. Nice pick at first. Martin will make the pick. 6-3 on the put out.
Nice way for Richter to start the inning here. 6-3. Pretty easy.
Yeah, again, more than anything, his pitch count has been high just because of the free passes that he's given up. 3 base on balls as well as a hit by a pitch. But able to push through there. Quick out of Logan Britt, 1 up and 1 down. 49 pitches for Richter through now 2 1/3. Tanner Tweed flew out to right field his first time up. He'll lift this one deep into center field. Rogers, though, with room. A few steps shy of the warning track. He's underneath it in the big country sky, and he'll make the catch. Fly out to 8, and quickly 2 outs. Exactly what Richter needed.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want.
Yep.
Early in the count, first pitch swing, first pitch out. Really couldn't do any better there.
Yeah, 3 pitches, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. And here's Grayson Tatro. Tatro hit it on a rope first time up, but right to the center fielder. And Rogers, who made the catch. That ended the first inning. Again, Tatro, the WAC Offensive Player Hitter of the Week last week. So he's the reigning winner, I guess, from last weekend. 7 of 14 last weekend. There's a pitch from Richter in for a strike. Quickly behind in the count, 0-2.
And he truly carried the Wildcats last weekend in just about every offensive category.
It's good to see. He had a rough start to the season. First 6-7 games of the year. There's a big home run cut, and he misses. He's down on strike, and Richter, 6 pitches in the bottom of the 3rd. He retires the Wildcats in order.
In the bottom of the 3rd, the Wildcats score no runs on no hits with no man left on base.
And we move to the middle innings. SFA a 1-0 lead as we move to the top of the 4th. Andy Penny alongside Hutton Harris. Glad you're with us tonight. WAC Baseball on ESPN+. Hutton, just what the doctor ordered for Joe Richter on the mound after he used a lot of pitches the first 2 innings. Just 6 needed there in the bottom of the 3rd.
Well, it's what Tyler Morgan's going to be looking for here as well. It feels like ACU maybe even could be down more runs here, but you could also make a case that SFA could be down 4 or 5-0, you know, and so it's been kind of a strange game, pitching duel, obviously, but it just shows that, again, walks and free passes really add up to those runs, or run in this case.
Clayton LaRange, a hit by pitch with 2 outs there in the top of the 3rd, and was able to come around. A Peyton Parker single, followed by a wild pitch, and LaRange scored. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors thus far for SFA. 0-1-0 thus far for the Wildcat Bats. Rose, Hill, and Adams, second time through the lineup here against Tyler Morgan. 57 pitches for Tyler through the first 3 innings. Does have 7 strikeouts through 3 innings of work.
Feels like we're watching a National League Baseball game here, you know, just kind of making it work here.
Rose 1 for 1 tonight, a single. He lifts this one deep into right field. Playing it well is Martin. He'll run in, make a sliding catch. Boy, I tell you, that ball kind of tailed from him. That was a longer run than I thought he'd have to make, but Martin stayed with it. He tracked it well. A sliding catch just inside the foul line. Exciting out number 1 here in the top of the 4th.
Nice job by our ACUTV student run crew, getting that beautiful catch by the right fielder as well. Yeah, from our vantage point, it looked like it was going to tail a little bit more, but nice play by the right fielder.
Well, I thought, you know, Martin's first step obviously is backwards. That's what you're taught to do. And then I just thought it was going to go right at him. Before I knew it, he had to run a solid 25, 30 yards to make that catch, but he does. First pitch here fouled by Cole Hill. It's 0-1. Hill, a strikeout victim his first time through. It's Morgan into the wind, and the 0-1 fastball. That's a strike as well. It's 0-2. Morgan's career high in strikeouts is 12. He did that last year against this Lumberjack team. So already with 7 through 3 innings tonight. Here comes pitch number 60 into the wind in the 0-2. Curveball outside. There's a ball upstairs. That one gets away from Tweed. 2 balls and 1 strike. Check that. I'm sorry. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, this one just got away a little bit and couldn't quite figure it out.
Here's the 2-2.
Curveball swung on and missed again. The curveball has been something special tonight for Tyler Morgan. Strikeout number 8 on the night for the junior. Quickly 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
Absolutely dealing here at Crutcher Scott. Again, been a pleasure to watch so far. 8 strikeouts early. See how many he gets tonight.
And here's Sam Adams, a strikeout victim, his first time up. First offering fastball outside. 8 strikeouts for Morgan. 7 of the 9 Lumberjack batters have been strikeout victims thus far tonight. Biggs has gone through twice, as well as Rose. They're the only 2 who have not struck out yet. There's a 1-0 fastball. That's in for a strike, and it's 1-1. So Morgan's got the one he likes, the kick and the 1-1. This one lifted, right side, long run again for Martin. He'll run out of territory. It's off the roof of the training facility for the Wildcats. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I don't know if, man, what's today, March the 10th?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could ask for much better, pristine weather in Abilene, Texas on March the 10th. Beautiful night for baseball.
Man, I'll take it. It's been up and down here in
Yeah.
Abilene as usual, but I'll take it today.
Well, it is perfect tonight. Here's the 1-2. Curveball comes out of the hand, stays up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You never know in old West Texas. I guess you can say that pretty much across the country, but especially here in West Texas. Here's a 2-2 check swing. Did he go? Oh, they'll appeal down to first. And yes, he did. First base umpire will ring him up. Strikeout number 9 for Tyler Morgan. You get a look at the check swing here. Tyler sets him down in order here in the top of the 4th. 1-0 SFA on the scoreboard. Strikeouts thus far tonight for Tyler Morgan through 4 innings of work. 1, 2, 3 for the Lumberjacks in that top of the 4th inning. But Joe Richter's been the story as well here for SFA. No runs on 1 hit thus far by Richter through this Wildcats lineup. Bottom of the 4th, ACU trails 1-0. SFA a 1-0 lead here on the Wildcats. It's Meese, Martin, and Park second time through here against Joe Richter. The righty into the wind, and his first offering to Meese is an off-speed pitch, curveball in for a strike. Again, looking at Richter thus far, 53 pitches through 3 innings, just through 6 pitches in the bottom of the 3rd. Retired the Wildcats in order. Just 1 hit, that back with 1 out in the bottom of the 1st. That's been it for the Wildcat batters. Here's a pitch on the inside, and it hits Meese on the front arm. Second hit by pitch tonight. And if there's been a story tonight for Joe Richter, it's been the free passes. That's the 5th free pass as Meese takes one off the sleeve.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's been technically wild, but he definitely has had kind of a method to his madness, and that he's given a lot of free passes out, but it hasn't resulted in any runs for the Wildcats.
Now, this is the first time in 4 innings that the leadoff man has been on. Here's a throw over to first, and Meese dives back in. So first time the leadoff man has been on in 4 innings. Again, ACU has stranded 5 runners through the first 3 innings. 2 in the first. They left them loaded in the second. So here's Martin, swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Martin's 0 for 1 tonight, a ground out to third base. He hit it the opposite way to Peyton Parker. Lumberjack defense plays at double play depth up the middle. Would love a double play ball here. They've turned 12 on the year. Here's the 0-1, swung on and missed, and Martin behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Martin making again his 4th start of the year. Came in 4 for 12 on the young season. Made a great catch there in the top of the 1st. A sliding catch just inside the foul line in right field. Have to protect here down 0-2. Here's a fastball outside from Richter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Other games in the WAC this weekend. UT Arlington is at Tarleton. Tarleton's off to a nice start this year. They're 10-3 on the year. UT
ACA's at 5-7. Here's a throw over. Meese back in. Seattle U is at Sam Houston State. So Seattle had the long plane ride this week to Huntsville. Sam Houston at 6-8 on the year. Seattle U just 2-8. There's a ball lifted. This will go foul. Third base side. We'll do 0-2 again. Cal Baptist is at UT Rio Grande Valley. That's a pretty long plane ride too, down to the Rio Grande Valley. Cal Baptist at 6-6. Rio Grande at 8-4.
Plane ride if they're lucky, obviously. Yeah.
True. Grand Canyon, the WAC preseason favorite, is hosting New Mexico State. Grand Canyon at 8-4 on the year. They've had a healthy non-conference schedule. There's a ball on the inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. New Mexico State, maybe the head scratcher of the year so far. The WAC tournament champions last year. They played in the NCAA tournament. They're 0-10 out of the chute this year in Las Cruces. 2-2 here to Martin. There's a pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Martin swings through it, and he's down on strikes. Richter's 3rd strikeout of the night and a big first out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yep, just blows it past him there, and that'll do it.
And Martin had to protect with 2 strikes. Pitch led her high. Just could not catch up with it. Good pitch there by Richter.
And he's done a really good job, again, of getting out of jams. Not necessarily in a jam here, but first time he's had a leadoff batter up on base there. So nice job there by Richter.
Here's Crew Park. There's a throw over. Meese back in. Crew Park walked his first time up, the shortstop. 3 teams in the WAC not playing this weekend. Utah Valley, Utah Tech. And then Sacramento State is in the WAC from a baseball perspective. Not in the other sports, but they are in baseball. There's first pitch to Park is a strike. Southern Utah does not play baseball. We see them in the football and basketball portion of the WAC, but not baseball. No baseball team at Southern Utah. Sacramento State fills that spot. There's a curveball and catches the outside portion. No balls and 2 strikes here to Park. Again, everybody plays 10 of the 12 possible opponents for a 30-game WAC schedule. Park down 0-2. Richter's set. Here's the kick and the 0-2. Curveball just misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coach Rick McCarty, the ACU head coach, told me prior to the game, he said, without a doubt, ACU has the toughest schedule in the WAC. They miss out playing Southern Utah and New Mexico State. Or check that, Sacramento State. And New Mexico State. So, by far the toughest schedule.
Yeah, they'll be battle tested come the WAC tournament for sure.
Yep.
Which, again, there's good and bad there.
Hey, this is a league that, granted 2 got into the tournament last year, NCAA regionals last year, but it's a league where conference tournament holds a lot of weight as far as postseason play is concerned. There's the 2-2. Fastball right down Broadway for strike 3. Richter back-to-back strikeouts. And just got Park anticipating something else other than a fastball. Low in the zone, knee high, but Richter gets the call for strikeout number 4 on the night.
Man, if you're a fan of strikeouts tonight, these 2 pitchers are putting on a clinic when it comes to getting out of jams, looking and swinging.
Morgan has 9, Richter now with 4. Just 1 hit for the Wildcat Bats 2 times through the lineup. Randall in the 9 spot. Bash was hit by a pitch his first time. Another throw over, Meese back in. Yeah, give Richter credit. No runs on 1 hit thus far. 3 walks, 2 hit by a pitch. So 6 of the 17 have reached, but only 1 by hit. There's a ball tailing. It'll go foul. Only 1's reached by hit, 5 a free pass, but all have been stranded. ACU had 2 on in the first, left them both stranded, had the bases loaded in the second. Meese's on at first, a leadoff hit by a pitch, but he's still there with 2 outs. 0-1 here to Randall. Richter the kick and the 0-1. Off-speed pitch, ground ball to Brown. It's short, he'll go the short way to second. Biggs covering the bag. It's a fielder's choice. And the side is retired. We've played 4. Lumberjacks a 1-0 lead.
No hits with 1 man
fifth. SFA the 1-0 lead. 9-1 and 2. Brown, Rogers, and Larange here against Tyler Morgan. Just threw his 70th pitch of the night. A first pitch strike here to Nolan Brown. 1 run, 3 hits thus far for SFA. No runs, 1 hit. That's it. Joe Richter just 1 hit through 4 innings for the Lumberjack starter. This is what you expect on a Friday night. You get your Friday night starters, and it's playing true to form.
For sure. Feels like a crooked number may win the ball game here.
It's Morgan into the wind, and the pitch to Brown. That stays low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Tyler through the first 4 innings has 8 strikeouts tonight. 1 run on 3 hits. The wild pitch with the runner on third has been the difference tonight. Ball fouled back to the screen, and it's 2-2.
So it was a wild pitch.
Yes. Yeah.
Figured it out, a wild pitch, yeah. Yeah, it was debatable there, but I can see where the official score figured that out.
Well, the official score, I think, is if it hits the turf before the glove, it's considered a wild pitch, and that's what got him. 2-2 here to Browns. There's a 2-2 curveball, check swing. Did he go? They'll appeal down to first. He does not go this time. Get another good look at it here. Well, it just held off.
He squashed the bug a little bit there with his feet, but yeah, I can see what the first base umpire was looking at.
Morgan the wind, the payoff pitch, curveball swung on and missed for strike 3. Strikeout number 9 tonight for Tyler Morgan.
Just needed to go to the off-speed breaking ball there. No big deal.
Well, that bender has been on point tonight.
In total command. Again, it feels like ACU should be down by more runs here, but also, again, just very fortunate to be down 1-0. But Tyler Morgan is dominating.
I said strikeout number 9. That's actually strikeout number 10 on the night. Here's first pitch swinging. Deep ball. Alex Rogers, left center field. Giving chase at the wall. It's Britt. He can't get it. It's off the wall. Rogers will round second. He'll get to third. Britt has trouble picking it up. Rogers is going to be sent. Here's the throw to the plate. It is late. Rogers all the way around the bags. And it is 2-0 SFA. We'll see how it's scored as Rogers just tattoos this ball. Britt gives chase in center field. Can't make the play at the wall. It's off the wall. Britt then has trouble picking it up barehanded, and I think the extra base will go courtesy of an error. We'll see how it's scored. However you look at it, it's 2-0 SFA here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, it seems like an F8 there for sure on the bobble, which resulted in a run.
I think a triple, maybe a triple and an error. We'll see if they give it an inside the park.
Regardless, incredible hustle.
Well, yeah, heck of a play there. We'll keep an eye on the official score as it comes in. They have given it a home run. The original call is a home run. And that's home run number 6 for Rogers on the year. Here's a play on the infield. High chopper. Williams able to make it. 1-3 on the putout as Morgan covering the bag. Just on the high chop.
Nice hustle here, but again, you want to make sure if you're ACU, again in this situation after giving up a home run there, that you don't let that slide and things really go crazy as we look at the home run here again.
Yeah, deep drive. And you'll see Britt makes a play on it, just can't get there as it hits off the wall. A long run as that thing caromed well off the wall. Britt just couldn't pick it up cleanly, and that allowed Rogers to try to score, and he does. So 2-0 Lumberjacks here in the top of the 5th. And again for Rogers, that's home run number 6 on the year. The first 5 had left the yard. That one does not. Here's a ball hit into center field. And Peyton Parker has a 2-for-3 night going, his second single of the night. 5th hit tonight for the Lumberjacks.
So we're going to go back here to the home run. Again, just watch the hustle here. All the way around the bases, never stops, sees the bobble here, makes sure he sees the third base coach, and then he just goes for it.
A good job by his third base coach there to go ahead and reel him in. Great view of it there, going all the way around the bases. 1 on with 2 outs. Here's a ground ball foul. First base side by Tom Biggs. So now 2-5-0 for SFA. 2 runs, 5 hits. No runs on 1 hit
Morgan, a great night on the mound, being overshadowed, though, by a few SFA runs here through 5 innings. There's a ball upstairs. 10 strikeouts tonight for Tyler's. Back-to-back games now that Morgan's had 10 Ks. But the story of the night, SFA able to push across base runners. They've done it twice. There's a ball lifted foul by Biggs.
Well, and again, I go back to last week. Again, we're against Houston Christian. Kind of the same story. Tyler Morgan dominated. ACU was down 2-1 in the 6th inning, and then the floodgates opened. And so, again, Rick McCarty's team trying to do something similar tonight.
One and two the count. Here to Biggs. Here's the 1-2. Curveball that's put into play. Second base. Randall has it cleanly. Short throw over to first. Williams on the bag. 4-3 on the putout. And the side is retired. But an Alex Rogers inside the park home run has doubled up the Lumberjack lead. 2-0 halfway through. Halfway through tonight, Crutcher Scott in Abilene. It's the Lumberjacks, a 2-0 lead. Alex Rogers there in the top of the 5th and inside the park home run has given SFA 2-0 lead. 2-5-0 for SFA. 0-1-0. Just one hit given up by Joe Richter, the Lumberjack starter tonight. Pitch number 70 for Richter's upstairs to Garrett Williams. Top of the lineup, 3rd time through. Williams, Ladisaw, and Britt.
And you said it, Andy, again, 3rd time through. This is traditionally when, again, hitters kind of get the advantage. And this is, again, when you're going to want to see Rick McCarty's team try to figure out a way to put some quicker numbers up on the board.
I think if you're a Johnny Cardenas, you are pleasantly surprised with the start here of Joe Richter. No runs, 1 hit. He stranded 6 Wildcat batters through the first 4 innings. Has 4 strikeouts to his name as well. So here's the 2-0. That's outside. 3 balls and no strikes. If there's been a downside to Richter, it's been the free pass. 3 walks, 2 hit by pitches, 5 free passes. There's a 3-0. Take sign all the way. That's fastball down Broadway. But again, 5 free passes and the 1 Wildcat hit. All 6 base runners have been stranded. Richter's come through and the Lumberjacks have needed an out. 3-1 the count here to Williams. And fouls that one right at the plate. Williams tonight 0 for 1. He grounded right back up the middle. Richter made a play and threw him out. He walked his 2nd time, so officially 0 for 1. Richter's ready. The kick and the payoff pitch. Curveball stays high and outside for ball 4.
Yeah, it seems like Richter's just, again, flirting with danger here early in the 5th inning. Another leadoff pass.
Again, the 6th free pass. 4 walks, 2 hit by a pitch. 2nd straight inning the Wildcats have had the leadoff man on. Here's Miller Ladisaw, the lone hit tonight for ACU. A single in the 1st. Struck out looking to end the 2nd with the bases loaded. Richter out of the stretch. First pitch fouled off 3rd base side. And this is a Wildcat team that's loving playing their home games. 15 of their first 16 games of the year are here at Crutcher Scott. Their lone road trip was a neutral site game in Arlington. Globe Life Field, a 4-3 win versus Oklahoma in extra innings. This one lifted deep by Ladisaw into left field. Room for LaRonje to make a play. A few steps shy of the warning track, and he will. And Williams will be chased back to first base.
Yeah, this was his lob wedge here. He just got a little bit under it there and needed another 10 feet or so to maybe 20 feet to get it out. But nice job by LaRonje to catch that ball.
Yeah, just didn't get that one fully clean. The air has a little bit of heaviness to it tonight. We've had overcast skies the last few days here around the area. So the ball might not carry very well. So there's a throw over to first. Boy, a bang, bang play. Williams back in. The ball might not carry as good as it normally would. There's no jet stream. Typically here at Crutcher Scott, it's a hitter's ballpark. So the wind blows out to that left field pole. But not much breeze tonight. And again, kind of a damp air and cooler temperatures. Here's the first pitch to Logan Britt in for a strike. Britt tonight 0 for 1. He walked in the first. He grounded out in the third. Britt, the transfer again from Texas A&M, had 8 home runs as an Aggie last year. Lifts this one foul out of play, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, he's been exactly what Coach Rick McCarty needs in the middle of the lineup here this year. I mean, leader in the middle of the lineup, trying to at least figure out a way to get on base here to set the table for the Wildcats.
Williams leads off first. Lead-off walk here in the inning. 0-2 here to Britt. Here's the 0-2 high and tight. Boy, Britt almost could have taken one for the team there, but pulls back. Of course, natural instincts to pull back. I'm not going to fault him for that.
Business decision. Guarantee you I'd done the same thing.
Yeah, I'd do the same as well. I was about to say the same thing. So Williams back in over at first. I'm glad your pain tolerance is similar to mine. That's good to hear.
Yeah, that's why I stopped playing baseball in 7th grade.
1-2 here to Britt. There's the kick, the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Catcher Adams able to hang on to it on the foul tip. And Britt is down on strikes. Strikeout number 5 tonight for Richter.
Again, breaking ball got him there. Not much to it. It seems like he almost pitches better when there's men on base.
Boy, no kidding. Out of the stretch. 2 outs now, bottom of the 5th. Here's Tanner Tweed, 0 for 2. 2 flyouts. 1 to right, 1 to center. Richter's first offering is a check swing and gets back up the middle. Slow roller. Brown, a long run. He'll make it on the infield grass. Throw over in time. And the side is retired. Leadoff walk does no damage. We've played 5. 2-0 Lumberjacks. What the heck? Joe Richter for the Lumberjacks of SFA continues to deal on the mound for the visitors tonight. No runs on 1 hit for Richter through 5 innings of work. SFA a 2-0 lead as we move to the top of the 6th. Glad you're with us tonight. ACUTV broadcast Western Athletic Conference Baseball on ESPN Plus. Andy. That was a good view of it. Good bunt. I thought it was going to stay fair off the bat.
Yeah, you can definitely see, again, there's a lot of decisions to be made here very quickly, and they say, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. And then, but from, Tetro's perspective, he doesn't know, obviously, and then nice job by our ACUTV replay there.
That's a good look at it. And again, the ball is not determined fair or foul until first touch when it's prior to the bag. So since that one stayed fair but then rolled foul prior to the third base bag and then was touched by SFA, it's deemed a foul ball. There's a foul ball right side. Now Tetro behind in the count, 0-2. Grayson, the reigning WAC Offensive Player of the Week, 7-14 last weekend. There's a ball high but swung on and missed. And Grayson down on strikes 2nd time tonight. And quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, he doesn't hold anything back here at all. Goes for swings for the fences there, but
yeah.
not close.
Just a pitch high and out of the zone just a tad. And quickly 2 down. Here's Maddox Meesey. Maddox had a triple in the last inning. Scored as well there in the 3-run 6th. His only hit tonight. First pitch misses. 1 for 2 tonight. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th. Also the triple in the 6th. 4-3 SFA, bottom of the 7th. That one misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Jocko into the line. Here's the 2-0. And misses. 3 balls and no strikes. Eric Martin waits on deck if the inning continues. There's the 3-0. Take sign all the way. That's in for a strike. It's 3-1. There's the 3-1. Ripped to the third baseman, right off the third baseman Parker's glove. It'll make its way into left field. Well, I think that ball's hit so hard you have to give that a base hit.
think you're right, Andy. Again, what a start Maddox Misi has had to his Wildcat career here. First couple of weeks, walk-off, grand slam, beats the Sooners in Globe Life Park, and pretty nice night tonight here with the triple and a single, I would hope.
Yeah, I think official score there looks like it will be a hit, and it is. Maddox's second hit tonight. Been on 3 times in 4 plate appearances. It looks like we might have a pinch hitter here. Pinch hitter here in the 7 spot. And we will. Jake Skaggs will come in and pinch hit.
This ball was a rocket.
Yeah, just hit hard. Parker saw it, but just could not corral it. But it was hit on a line, on a rope, and Misi awarded the hit.
That's why they call it the hot corner.
Jake Skaggs coming in, the pinch hitter here. Jake, 219 the average, 7 of 32 on the year. First pitch lifts it down the left field line. Long run for Larange and runs out of room. It's in the bullpen, SFA bullpen down that third base line. Skaggs again has started 10 games this year. First time he's come in the pinch hitter role. 7 for 32 on the year. 1 double on the year, has 2 RBIs. Trying to keep the inning alive here. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. SFA a 4-3 lead. Single runs in the 1st and the 5th. ACU 3 in the 6th. SFA answered 2 here in the top of the 7th. Here's the 0-1. That's down in the dirt to Skaggs. 1 ball and 1 strike. And give Jocko credit. He struggled in the 6th, but he's been in command here in the 7th. Misi there at first, the 2-out single. 1-1 the count here to Skaggs. There's a 1-1. This one lifted, foul out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rick McCarty told me prior to the game, he goes, hey, we've played 13 games this year, and all 13 we've had a lot of game situation type of at-bats, pitching situations. We've played a lot of competitive baseball in our first 13, which will pay off as we continue down the road. They'll have another chance to do it here tonight. So there's a pitch, 1-2 down in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now already you look at the schedule this year, 1-run games. 1-run game in the Nevada series, which was a 5-4 win. Of course, they beat Oklahoma 4-3. Beat Southeast Missouri 5-4. 3-1 in 1-run games. Here's the 2-2. This one hit on a chop. Brown's got it. He'll go the short way to second. And yes, he beats Macy to the bag. 6 unassisted, fielder's choice, and the side is retired. Lumberjacks, a 4-3 lead after 7. Top of the 8th, SFA the 4-3 lead. Blake Anderson in relief. We'll start off the 8th inning here. He'll face Hill, Adams, and Brown, 7, 8, and 9 through the lineup. Anderson came in the top of the 7th and got the strikeout of Barrett Rose, the only batter that he faced. Here's Cole Hill, and pitch in for strike 1 and 1. Hill tonight 0 for 3. He struck out twice. He's flown out to left field as well. As Anderson into the wind, and this off-speed pitch fouled back to the screen. That's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Anderson again a strikeout pitcher. Majority of his outs this year have been courtesy of the strikeout, and there's one there on the outside portion of the plate for strike 3.
A big winding kick here, confident toss. Nice breaking ball outside corner. Have a seat.
That's 14 collective strikeouts now for ACU pitching. Tyler Morgan had 11 of those. Drake Boggin had 1, and now Blake Anderson back-to-back Ks to start his night. First pitch to Sam Adams. It's in for a strike.
Adams having a tough night at the plate, 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. Here comes the 0-1, and that's in for a strike as well. We close the line on Drake Boggin, who started the 7th inning, 2/3 of an inning, 2 runs, both earned on 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 22 pitches of work, 15 of those were strikes. There's an off-speed pitch, just misses, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Boggin, with just 22 pitches, probably available again this weekend if needed. 4-3 SFA here. Here's the 1-2. And then misses, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Lumberjacks with a single run in the 3rd, courtesy of a wild pitch. Clayton Larange scored. A single run in the 5th, an inside the park home run by Alex Rogers in the 5th. Here comes the 2-2. This one lifted foul. We were at 2-0 going to the bottom of the 6th. The Wildcat Bats came to life, scored all 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Maddox Meese a triple, Crew Park an RBI single, Millard Ladisaw an RBI single, Garrett Williams had a single in the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits in the inning. ACU on the night, just 3 runs on 6 hits. SFA responded with 2 in the top of the 7th. That's where we are now at 4-3. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Boy, it just misses upstairs. Full count. Here to Sam Adams. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, nice job here by Anderson. Blows it past him. That'll be his 4th strikeout of the night. Big spot here for the Wildcats again, trying to shut this inning down, trying to figure out a way to stay within 1 run.
There's Nolan Brown, 1 for 3 tonight. Singled in that last inning, the 7th inning, came around to score on the crazy play that scored 2 runs. Runners on the 1st and 2nd. Tom Biggs hit a single into right field. Brown scored from 2nd. The throw came into 2nd. Biggs then came into home, excuse me. Biggs then went 1st to 2nd. A throw went down to 2nd. Biggs was safe, and as the throw went down to 2nd, Rogers going 1st to 3rd, then kept on coming 3rd to home, and he scored on the play as well. There's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
That'll make your brain hurt there. That was a lot of movement.
Anderson 1 pitch away from striking out the side in order here in the top of the 8th. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Nolan Brown. Here's the line, the kick, the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Nope, fouled it. Nope, swung on and missed. I thought it was fouled at the plate, but good job there by Tanner Tweed to hang on to it. 4 Ks in a row for Blake Anderson. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. SFA, a 4-3 lead. Beautiful night here in the Big Country. We move to the bottom of the 8th. SFA, a 4-3 lead as we get to the bottom of the 8th inning. 3rd Lumberjack pitcher of the night is Reed Boyette, the 6'4 sophomore, the right-hander, will take over out of the hometown, Nacogdoches, Texas, home of SFA. He's been a Lumberjack probably a long time going to games, and now he's on the mound here for the purple and white. Swinging here is Crew Park, quickly 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 8th, SFA a 4-3 lead. Lumberjacks 4 runs on 9 hits tonight. ACU 3 runs on 6 hits. We played airless baseball thus far tonight. There's a ball down in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike to Crew Park. Crew tonight's been on base twice. He's officially 1 for 2. A walk, a strikeout, and an RBI single in the 3-run 6th. Pitch misses, 3 balls and 1 strike. ACU's been successful when they can get the lead runner on the base pass. There's a swing and a miss, 3-2. Boyette on the year, this is his 6th appearance of the year. No record as of yet. 8.64 the ERA, 8 1/3 innings of work. He's given up 8 earned runs in that same amount of time. 9 strikeouts, 6 walks. And here's a pitch that misses for ball 4, and the leadoff man is on. Crew Park, a leadoff walk.
Well, stop me if you've seen this before. ACU gets another leadoff man on. The question is what can they do with it?
It's the 4th time tonight in 8 innings they've had the leadoff man on. Tail of the tape tonight for ACU has been runners left on base. They've left 9 on the base paths tonight. But the leadoff man is on here. Here's Bash Randall, the second baseman. 0 for 2 tonight. He has been hit by a pitch. And we'll see if Rick McCarty chooses to play small ball here with the tying run on. And boy, here's a ball well on the inside. Oh, I'm not sure where that got Bash. But, man, he squared the bunt, and that was high and tight. We'll get another look at this. Oh, right in the helmet.
And that's not what you want to see there at all, obviously. It ricochets off his bat, hits the brim of his helmet, and we just hope that it hit the actual helmet.
Training staff of ACU will come out and take a look here at Bash. Boy, that's tough.
A commercial.
We'll take a timeout. We'll be back to Crutcher Scott in a moment. Welcome you back in here to Crutcher Scott. We play in the bottom of the 8th in a 4-3 game. Bash Randall for the Wildcats just squared to bunt, and pitch hits him right in the brim of the helmets. And Bash has made his way to the dugout, get checked on by the medical staff here of ACU. The umpiring crew has come together. I think the question here is, did Bash square around to bunt and show strike, or had he pulled it back and was hit by a pitch? And it looks like the conversation of the umpires says that Bash had pulled the bat back, was hit by a pitch, and the Wildcats will be awarded first base. Coach Johnny Cardenas of the Lumberjacks wants to come out and have this conversation. Again, Bash squared to bunt. He held the bat out over the plate for a long time. But the umpires have come together and said Bash pulled the bat back on a high and tight pitch, was hit by a pitch, and has been awarded first base.
Yeah, again, it's kind of a mystery on both ends there. I can see what both sides are saying, but to me, again, I would have to side with the umpires here. Here's the replay. Let's check this out.
Get another look here as Bash squares to bunt. Trying to pull the bat back. Didn't know if it was still over the plate or not. Boy, it's so hard in self-defense. Bash can see it coming right at his head.
Yeah, I know. I mean, again, you see the result there, obviously. Yeah. Physically, you don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill here. But I know exactly what both sides are saying here.
Well, it's a critical part of the game, bottom of the 8th inning. That represents the go-ahead run. As Bash again squared around to bunt, and it's just a matter of whether or not the bat was still exposed. If the bat was still exposed, or if he was trying to pull it back. The pitch was obviously high and tight. It never made contact with the bat. A long conversation here for Johnny Cardenas, and I think a relevant one here. Bottom of the 8th game. And again, that is the go-ahead run.
Yeah, it's huge for ACU and for SFA, obviously, and it's a big call. But again, as we've said, this isn't definitive. But I mean, this is a subjective call in my opinion here, and I can see both sides of it. He was squaring around to bunt. The question was, did he get it back in time? And the umpires have made their call.
So Crew Park makes his way to second base on the hit by pitch. Holden Rook will come in, number 39. He will run for Randall. We'll try to get you an update on Bash after he is hit by the pitch up around the brim of the helmet. Probably caught his portion of his face in there somehow. He did walk off under his own power to the first base dugout. And
Try to get you an update on Bash just as soon as we can. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tying run, Park at second. The go-ahead run is now at first. Top of the lineup, and Garrett Williams squares around the bunt, pulls it back, a curveball outside, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, interesting. Top of the lineup, you're squaring around the bunt, but 8th inning, got to have a run here.
Yep. Again, tying run at second, trying to get him 90 feet away. Williams to show bunt. This one on the outside. Wild pitch gets away. The runners will move up on their own. A wild pitch on the outside. And now the tying run is 90 feet away.
No mystery what was happening here. He was going to show a bunt. Ball just got away, and ACU got the benefit that they needed right there.
So now an extra out to work with. Runner on third, less than 2 outs. But no outs instead of 1. And Williams will be swinging away with the hitter's count here. 2 balls and no strikes. There's the 2-0. This one lifted into center field. This will tie the ball game up. Rogers is underneath it. He'll make the catch. Tagging, coming in is Park. The throw is cut off, and the tying run is scored. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Garrett Williams. We're tied at 4 in the bottom of the 8th.
Really nice job by Garrett Williams and ACU of just making sure that you get the run in here no matter what. Waiting till the ball is caught. 4-4.
As you can see, Rogers decided to throw to third there to keep the go-ahead run from advancing 90 feet. Park scores standing up on the sacrifice fly and the RBI. Williams does a job. Go-ahead run still at second, a tie game at 4-4. And here's Miller Ladisaw. First one fouled off third base side. Miller's 2 for 4 tonight. Single in the first, RBI single in the 6th. Boyette, the pitch, that misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just what you want to start Western Athletic Conference play. 4-4 game in the bottom of the 8th. Probably an indicator of what we'll see the next 10 weekends. There's a pitch on the outside. 2-1 here to Ladisaw.
Yeah, again, both teams coming in with completely different records, obviously, but this is these are 2 teams that know each other very well. And like you said, first game of Western Athletic Conference. It's going to be a battle.
Here's a pitch on the inside. Good. Stopped by Adams behind the plate. Rook, the pinch runner for Randall, has to hold at second base. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. There's the pitch. Take sign all the way from Ladisaw. It's in for a strike. Good looking pitch there from Boyette. We can close the line on Jocko tonight. 2 innings of work. 3 runs, all earned, 5 hits. 52 pitches for Jocko tonight. There's the payoff pitch to Ladisaw. Ground ball to the shortstop. Brown will make the play. Long throw over to first in time. Boy, nice play by Brown. It was playing up the middle. Had to move to his natural position. Backhanded it. Able to throw over to first. 6-3 on the putout. Rook does move up to third base, as you can see on the replay. But now 2 outs in the inning. Here's Logan Britt with 2 outs. This becomes a huge situational at bat here for both teams. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. And Britt rips one up the middle into center field for a base hit. First pitch swinging. Drives one into center field. Rook scores. The Wildcats play with the lead. 5-4, bottom of the 8th.
A huge play, obviously, for the Wildcats. 5-4. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Right up the middle. That's the energy they needed here at Crutcher Scott.
Britt knew the pitch he wanted. And here it came, and he drove it right back up the box. We'll have a pitching change here for the Lumberjacks as ACU a 5-4 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. We'll step aside from Crutcher Scott. Two runs here in the bottom of the 8th for ACU. Back and forth game goes the way of the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 8th. Logan Britt, RBI single. That scores pinch runner Holden Rook. 5-4 ACU. Just great piece of hitting here for Logan right back up the middle.
Yeah, it was. Again, exactly what the Wildcats needed right there. And this has been a really interesting game when it comes to driving the ball into right center field, into left field. Again, some wild pitches, obviously a lot of walks in the beginning of the game, a lot of strikeouts, but the last 3 or 4 innings have been very enjoyable from a runs perspective.
Fourth pitcher of the night here for SFA, as Coach Cardenas will go back to the bullpen. Benny Emmons III, a junior 5'9" right-handed pitcher out of South Grand Prairie High School there in the Metroplex, will take over on the mound. He'll inherit a runner on first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And again, Emmons coming into the contest. Emmons on the year, this is his 5th appearance. He's 1-0 on the year. 9.00 the ERA. He's worked 5 innings this year, all in relief. 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 7 strikeouts, 9 walks. Boyette will leave after 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 2 runs in the inning, 17 total pitches. The inning started with a Crew Park walk, followed by a Bash Randall hit by pitch. 2 on, nobody out. Runners moved up second to third, first to second on a wild pitch, and with runners at second and third, nobody out, Garrett Williams a sacrifice fly. Miller Lattis saw a ground out that moved Rook second to third, and then Logan Britt, the RBI single to give the Wildcats the 5-4 lead. Here's first pitch, Emmons to Tanner Tweed. And it's in for a strike, it's 0-1.
Yeah, we said it all night. Leadoff walks can really be killers, and it's been a bend but don't break mentality for SFA. Just didn't work out this inning.
Now runner on the move. Here's hit and run. Ball up the middle. It's into center field. A base hit. Britt, who is on the move, will round second. He'll get to third. Runners on the corners. Good piece of hitting for Tanner Tweed. He's got his first hit tonight.
Yeah, textbook hit and run here. Nice job by Coach McCarty and his ACU Wildcats going first to third, setting the table again for possibly some more runs here.
Hit number 8 tonight for ACU. SFA still leads in that category 9-8. ACU, though, the 5-4 lead and a chance for some insurance here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Now just 3 outs away from victory here. You'd love to, if you're a Wildcat fan, get some more insurance on the board. Grayson Tatro the opportunity to do it. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. First pitch here from Emmons, low and inside for a ball.
Yeah, this feels like Tatro's perfect spot here. Already ahead by 1, trying to put some insurance on the board.
Emmons set. The 1-0. This one lifted and get out of play. Left field side. Long chase there for LaRunge, but runs out of real estate. 1 ball in, 1 strike. Quality baseball game tonight. Been back and forth. SFA an early 2-0 lead. ACU 3 in the 6th took a 3-2 lead. There's another ball lifted foul. ACU 3 in the 6th to take the 3-2 lead. SFA with 2 in the 7th to take the lead back at 4-3. ACU with 2 here in the 8th to take the lead back at 5-4. And again, you're seeing the early season schedule and competitive schedule for ACU coming into play here. Again, the Wildcats have already played in 4 one-run games this year. Here's Tatro, lifts one deep, right field. Long run for Hill, he won't get there. It one hops the wall. Britt is in. Rounding third, coming in is Tweed. He will score standing up. It's a 2-out, 2-run RBI double for Grayson Tatro.
What do we say? This is the perfect situation for the Wildcat senior. Drives the ball deep to right field, drives in 2 runs. That's the insurance that Rick McCarty and the Wildcats needed right there.
A good piece of hitting as Tatro just turned on that one and drove it into the right field corner. Hill just ran out of real estate, couldn't get there in time. It one hopped the wall. And now a 7-4 Wildcat lead. And here's Maddox Meesey. Tatro out at second base. Off-speed pitch in for a strike. Quickly 0-2 here to Maddox.
Yeah, I think the question is, does that change Rick McCarty's decision to call the bullpen maybe in the 9th inning? You know, does that?
Emmons will come set. Here's the 0-2. That's upstairs. Boy, now if you're SFA, granted still 3 outs to work with, but this is almost a gut punch to start whack play. There's a ball, ground ball to shortstop. Brown's got it. Long throw across. Nice pick over at first by Martin. And the side is retired, but the Wildcats do what they need to. 4 in the bottom of the 8th. 3 outs away from victory tonight. Win time for the Wildcats. 4 in the bottom of the 8th. They play with the lead. 3 outs away from victory tonight. Blake Anderson will get the honors to try to shut the door here on the Lumberjacks. 7-4 Wildcat lead. First pitch swinging. Alex Rogers lifts one right side. Long run. And Martin, I can check that. That's now in, I believe, I'm trying to see who that is out in right field. I believe it's Holden Rook out there in right field now who makes the catch.
Yep, nice play. Coming on, loses his cap.
1 pitch, 1 out here in this top of the 9th. First batter that Anderson has faced in 5 that he has not struck out. First 4 he struck out in relief. He is now in line as the pitcher of record. Wildcat pitchers tonight have struck out 15 collectively. That's a season high for ACU pitchers. Check that, 16. They've struck out 16 tonight. Tyler Morgan with 11 strikeouts in his 6 innings of work. Drake Boggin had a strikeout in the 7th. Blake Anderson, who came in top of the 7th, has 4 strikeouts on the night. 16 of the 25 outs have been courtesy of the strikeout. Pitch on the outside here to Larange. 0 for 3, hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the 3rd. Again, game 2 of the series tomorrow afternoon, a 3:05 first pitch. There's a pitch swung on and missed. And it's 2-2. 3:05 tomorrow afternoon. The series finale Sunday afternoon, a 1:05 first pitch on Sunday. Game 1 of 30 tonight in Western Athletic Conference play. There's a 2-2 lifted left side. Long run for Tatro. He's in foul territory. Won't get there. And I tell you, I don't know if you saw it, Meese, the third baseman, and the third base umpire ran into each other. And both fouled.
Yeah, that was bad news Bears there.
They both give each other a little slap on the butt. You watch Meese at third and the third base umpire. Oh, how you doing?
I think that was a charge. I don't know. Were his feet set?
Might be a Sports Center not top 10 if you can get that nominated in. 2-2, they'll stay upstairs. Full count here to Larange.
I'll talk to our producer about that.
Here's the payoff pitch. Hit right back up the middle. Good piece of hitting there for Larange. He's got his first hit tonight. And the tying run makes his way to the on-deck circle. 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, again, if you're ACU here, you don't want to play with fire. You want to try to go down 1-2-3 if you can. But SFA's not going away.
Peyton Parker tonight has 2 hits, 2 for 4, 2 singles. Anderson's first offering on the outside. Skips away from Tweed, but not far enough for Larange to advance. Give props again to Joe Richter, the starter tonight for SFA. 5 innings of work, no runs, 1 hit in 5 innings of work. Gave way to his bullpen, the relief, and that's where the Wildcat bats started to get hot. So there's the 1-0. Check swing, did he go? 2 balls and no strikes. Here to Peyton Parker. Starters tomorrow. Breck Eichelberger scheduled to go tomorrow for ACU. Cade Stapleton will get the call for SFA. Here's a ball, chance for 2. Ground ball to Meese. He'll go to second for 1. Over to first is in time. 5-4-3, the double play. The side is retired, and the Wildcats get the victory. Meese to Randall to Williams. Beautiful execution of the double play to end this thing tonight.
It was just what the doctor ordered there. What a nice way to start WAC play for ACU. Again, SFA really came out strong tonight. Really nice first couple of innings on the mound, but ACU gets a 7-4 win.
3 in the 6th, 4 in the 8th. They hang on to get the win. Wildcats 11-3, 1-0 in conference play. SFA 6-8, now 0-1 in conference play as well. 7-4, your final score tonight from Abilene and Crutcher Scott Field. For Connor Mullins, Hutton Harris, and the entire ACUTV crew, I'm Andy Penny. Good night from Abilene, Texas.